Hi, and welcome to August Stamp Club Stampin'. This month we're going to use the Autumn Goodness bundle. Here are a few cards that I made with this bundle. It pairs nicely with the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper, 6x6. It's beautiful. And here's a peek at the stamp set. All right, let's begin with our stamped images. I often reverse my die cut stamp process. So I die cut a series of shapes first and I stamp second. I use a template that I make myself and my stamparatus to ensure that my stamping is accurate every time. Here I am placing my die cut shapes into my template. Once everything's set, I'll ink the stamps with Memento black ink. I'm on a soft table here, so I remove it to my desk, ink up again and stamp, and it's better now. All right, good to go. I just need one set of stamps for the card that we're going to make today on the video, but my template and die cut shapes are ready to go, so I can stamp as many as I need quickly. It helps with being efficient. So sometimes remember, it's okay to reverse, die cut first. All right, let me put the stamparatus out of the way. I've got our card pieces pre-cut. This is the card we'll make with the cart image. Bumblebee cardstock. The white panel is die cut using the largest stitch rectangles die. It's a perfect panel size. Make sure your card is opening the right way. I've learned that lesson the hard way too many times. I did go ahead and add a black border to the Plaid Tidings DSP just to help make that background pop. On these cards, I've added color to the background with the plaid papers. And so I kept the foregrounds fairly simple in their coloring. And I did want the background to pop, so that's why I've added the border. Especially against that white background, I didn't want it to blend in. The fence die cut is from the dies that go with Autumn Goodness. This fence is gorgeous. It's got a wood grain texture embossed into it. So if you haven't thought about this stamp set, I would take a closer look. That fence is awesome. I'm going to add glue now. Too much wet glue. My glue problems are never ending some days. Taking some of the extra off. And now I'm going to place my fence. And my cart. As usual, I glue the wrong side. Let me turn it over and try again. Hold that together, add glue. Oops. Okay, finally. Let me get this down on the card. Wipe away any extra wet glue. And perfect. Look at that. All right, let's work on the sentiment. I just pulled a sentiment from the stamp set. I will ink it again with the Memento black ink. You'll notice I'm keeping the foreground, the coloring in the foreground, very simple. My background pops. I don't want my foreground and my background to pop. Let me stamp this. Great. I'll get the punch. This punch has a name. Here, I center it toward the top. Punch. Here you go. Label me lovely. In my world, this is called the Goddess Punch, because it works for almost every sentiment that you've got. And dropping. More glue problems. Let me get my glue off of my project here. Make sure it's not on my card. Okay. Let's get the sentiment here. Centering toward the top. And then in the space between the sentiment and the cart, I will add the floral, one of the floral images from the stamp set. Simple coloring. I just pulled some colored watercolor pencils in fall colors. I'll show them here so you can get a screenshot. I just pulled a few that I liked. I kept the coloring easy. The flowers, I added red to the centers, a little bit of orange around the edge of that, and some yellow on the tips. Blended it all together. And called it good. I do 2 layers of the floral image. So the first I will glue directly to the card front. Using snail. And I need to tuck this shape in behind the cart, keeping the left side of the shape out of the way of my sentiment. So I'm working on placement of the floral image here. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now the shape that I colored in, I will add dimensionals, and I load my cards up with dimensionals. I am not shy with my dimensionals. Here I'll cut one in half to fill in some empty space. And now to pull all of these off. Some days I don't have much patience for dimensionals. There we go. Alright, get those out of the way. Attach my floral image. Look at this. The background pops. The foreground is simple but effective. Easy coloring. Lots of stamped images. Look at that. How fabulous. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.